good afternoon everyone. My name is Toradio and I'm going to report all about the top 10 ethical dilemma and in continuation with the report of top 10 ethical dilemmas of STS and ethics about student tracking software. Student tracking systems are assessment tools that can help to monitor and support the continuous process of learning. So, kining student tracking software na yung mga benefits ninyo. Number 1, student data management. Tracks and saves information such as tuition fees, sport fees, miscellaneous fees, hostel fees, student grades of previous years and certificates, and ID cards. So, muna ang iyang mga benefits. Second, the real-time student tracking. Track pod ang about sa estudyante ang mga information all about the student. The online attendance to track student behavior. In case nga na ay irregularity in the daily behavior of students, matrack po siya through student tracking software. The regular feedback and continuous evaluation of performance. So, formative assessment produces information of strong and weak points of learners and helps students improve the learning process. So, through student tracking software, ma-learn ang learning process sa usa ka estudyante ug matrack pud ang mga tanang gikinahanglan sa estudyante niini. A student tracking system is a software that keeps a track of student performance, ilang performance, ang ilang attendance also, ng behavior, ilang participation in school activities throughout their academic education. In our school in Davao del Norte State College, halimbawa ng student tracking software ay ang iAIMS na siyang ginagamit natin. And also, college websites use cookies to track things like clicks and time spent on various pages to gauge student interest. So, ginagamit ang cookies sa college websites to track things para mabuo ang iyang student tracking software. The software they employ can send your name, contact information, and other identifying details such as ethnicity to admission officers. College justify the use of the software and their collaborations with outside consulting firms in a variety of ways. So, daghang ways to consult firms in a variety of ways ang pag-use ani nga software. For school with smaller endowments, sa school nga gamay og property, they claim that identifying students who are likely to be able to pay tuition helps keep them afloat. For those with the students of applicants, knowing who is most likely accept an offer can save time and money. Through student tracking software, makasave siya og time pod. Kung walay aning software, syempre magpila pa, magsuwat pa sa mga details about sa student, o it can save time and it can save money also. Opt out at your own risk. Most schools don't let students opt out of the data collection, stating they simply don't have to visit your website if they don't want to be tracked. Others force students to to email admission of officials to formally opt out of tracking. But one wonders how that information goes over when it comes to time to make an ambitious decision. These sorts of predictive analytics have the potential to harm a prospective student's college admission based on an algorithm that assumes high-income students with high online engagement are ideal candidates. It also encourages schools to spend the vast majority of their resources on this ideal student to the detriment of those who have a low affinity index score. Next, gaming the system. This is the kanang disadvantages about sa student tracking software. This digital privileging puts already disadvantaged students at a further disadvantage, and it increases the already high anxiety level of college applicants. So, kini napod siya disadvantage about aning student tracking software. It's subject to stereotyping also na negative impact on audience sa mga estudyante. Then again, now that student know it's happening, what's stopping them from mindlessly engaging with websites to game the tracking system? And if schools spending millions on this software to only have it be misleading in the end, wouldn't that money have been better spent on improving their educational offerings? So muna siya ang usa ka disadvantage sa student tracking software. Second part, number 9, the corruption of tech ethics. For tech companies, ethics is now simply a word to throw around to indicate that they've thought a little harder about something before moving forward. It's an easy out that allows them to self-regulate instead of having a real expert interrogate their products and practices. So maghiskotag about ethics. Ethics is about principles. Tech ethics is all about sa imong behavior, sa imong pagkatao. But according sa ato ang i-discuss karon is the corruption of tech ethics. So for tech company, ethics is now simply word to throw around to indicate they thought a little harder about something before moving forward. It's an easy that allows to self-regulate instead of having a real expert interrogator products and practices. The point is that people who do ethics need to have rigorous training and understand the frameworks for ethical decision making. So, say for example sa mga tao nga nagahimog ethics, kita ang nagahimog ethics. So, ang uban kinahanglan og rigorous training and understood the frameworks about ethical decision making. Otherwise, ethics turns into merry-go-round where solutions are made on the fly by people who use whatever evidence they want in order to decide if something is right or wrong. So, ang ethics is all about the principles and knowing what right and wrong. Can anyone be a tech ethicist? Just because tech ethics raises interesting questions about whether we should pursue certain project doesn't mean that's all there is to the field of inquiry. But you wouldn't know that by the plethora of people now claiming to be experts in this area who think the extent of their job to sit there around and ponder what might be right or wrong. So kini everyone can be a tech ethicist. Sama sa gingon dire whether we should pursue certain projects doesn't mean that's all there is to be field of inquiry. But mo gani akong ingon niya. People now claiming to be expert in this area who think that the extent of their job is to sit around and ponder what might be right or wrong. Tech ethics is nagtuyok jud siya about sa right and wrong. Everyone from philosopher in the other fields who now find tech commentary to be a way to get their name in the news, to journalists throwing out should we or shouldn't we questions and calling it tech ethics, to lawyers who confuse ethics with legality are muddying the water when it comes to meaningful and organized inquiry. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be encouraging people to ask this question, but we need to keep in mind that as a field, tech ethics is supposed to lead to answers and actions to benefit humanity. It's all about ang tech ethics is to benefit humanity, not all about the corruption. Say for example, kining kanang now find tech commentary to be a way to get their name in the news, to journalists throwing out should we or shouldn't we questions and calling it tech ethics, to lawyers who confuse ethics with legality are muddying the waters when it comes to meaningful and organized inquiry. Ethics is a formal field of inquiry. We can build as many ethics committees or councils as we want and force science and engineering students to take a class in ethics to make them better ethical decision makers. But that doesn't erase the need for dedicated independent inquiry based on a formal framework. While that might sound stodgy and old frameworks might not always apply to new tech its ability to organize thoughts into a formal framework that allows ethics to move forward instead of a whirl around as a series of open-ended questions. Okay, and number 10, we have deepfakes. Deepfakes use deep learning artificial intelligence to replace the likeness of one person with another in video and other digital media. Deepfakes are a portmanteau of deep learning and fake or synthetic media in which a person and an existing image or video is replaced with someone else's likeness. While the act of creating fake content is not new, deepfakes leverage powerful techniques from machine learning and artificial intelligence to manipulate or generate visual and audio content that can more easily deceive. The main machine learning methods used to create deepfakes are based on deep learning and involve training, generative neural network architectures such as autoencoders or generative adversarial networks. In a world where we believe whatever we like to hear, is there any reliable way to stop the spread of misinformation? These days, just about anyone can download deepfake software to create fake videos or audio recordings that look and sound like the real thing. While there has been a lot of fear surrounding the damage they might do in the future, until now, deepfakes have been limited to superimposing faces into malicious content.